All right, thank you very much, Kevin, for that report. Now, as I said earlier, on our interview segment today, we focus on mobile applications in the banking sector. And to take us through this is Nancy Njau, who is the head of retail banking from Family Bank. A very good afternoon to you, Nancy.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, just to jump straight into it, how is technology enabling banking from where you sit?
Technology is doing a lot in terms of enabling banking, because what it does is that it creates some element of convenience to our customers. Our customers are able to do their transactions at their own convenience, at the comfort of their homes, of their offices. And all this is due to the technology and the digital space, that the developments that are happening in the digital space. Yeah.
All right. And what security measures are banks undertaking when it comes to matters safeguarding customer data now that we are all embracing technology as an easy way of banking?
The issue about security, the banks are doing a lot of investments in security, in systems, especially Family Bank. I would say that we have invested heavily on the systems and also on the expertise for the resources that actually handle that space. We monitor the systems just to make sure that our customers get to understand. We are doing a lot of customer education just to tell them and to sensitize them on the importance about the security measures and what their role is as far as safeguarding their data is concerned. So as a bank, we're doing a lot of customer education within our space. And also in the Kenya Bankers Association, there is a campaign dubbed Kaa Chonjo, which is also geared towards enlightening the customers about how sensitive let's say, for example, their PIN is and how they should safeguard everything regarding their accounts and money.
And you're working towards making the action or the initiative as visible as possible.
Exactly.
All right, and it would be quite unfair if I don't ask you this question. We saw Family Bank suffer from some sort of theft. It's something that also happened to another bank a couple of months back. How are you as Family Bank fraternity assuring your customers that this is not a situation that often occurs or will not occur again?
Exactly. As I've said before, we are doing a lot of investments in security systems and also having the monitoring just to see how are the transactions going. And also for the customers, from the customer's perspective, what we're doing is that you're having a lot of various stages of verification and the authentication of transactions just to make sure that you're dealing with the right customer. And without overemphasizing, customer education is key. So that even as they share out their details, they need to know that there's a certain extent that they can't go. There's a role that they need to play, and for us as a bank, there's a role that we need to play.
As well.
Exactly.
All right, and away from that, how is the banking sector reaching the unbanked?
The unbanked, we are reaching out to them through the innovations that we're currently having. And for example, what we've launched this morning is Family Bank, which is PesaPap. It's just something that is going to help to reach out to the customers simply because every person who has a phone can actually access banking services regardless of what type of phone they have. Even if they have a phone that is worth 1,000 shillings, they are able actually to do banking on that gadget. So we are reaching out to them through innovation, just also making sure that we have the agency, for example, because agents, we have them in various places. You can even have them deeply rooted in the rural areas. And customers are able to go to the agents and access banking services. So it's through innovations on the digital space and through agency banking.
All right, and we, as Kenya being the hub of East Africa, would expect more people to have learned about the banking system and embrace the banking system. But there's some who still bank using the mattress banking system. I'm sure you know that by now. So how is it, why is it that not everyone has embraced the banking system? Is it the fact that they do not trust the banking system, or is it that they do not know about banking system?
I would say that it is twofold. We have them that fear. Of course, you have the customers who are traditional that would say, I'm used to seeing my money. I know it's my money when I have it, and that's why they opt for the mattress. But again, also there's some element of ignorance, they don't know. But I can tell you in the recent past, there have been a lot of sensitization to the mass market that actually you can do banking. And in fact, with even the mobile money with the telcos, which almost everyone embraces, we have seen some level of trust in mobile money and also in banking. So we've seen that increase year on year.
All right. Yeah. And the mobile banking, of course, it's very easy. No one likes lining up in the banks. Nancy, it takes a lot of time. And now the importance of mobile applications when it comes to the banking sector, kindly take us through that.
The importance, I think for us in the banking sector, what mobile banking does is that it creates, as I said, it creates a lot of convenience to our customers, and also it enables the banks to offer solutions to our customers in a cost-efficient way, an effective way, because investing in brick and mortar is also quite expensive. But we're saying that if we just have our customers transact using alternate channels where mobile banking fails, then as a bank you have the cost saving, and our customers you have the element of convenience. They don't have to rush and say, you know, initially we used to have customers say it's 4 o'clock, the bank is closing, it is 5 o'clock, there is traffic jam. So right now they don't have to worry about that. They can actually do banking anywhere, anytime. And this is really helping the bank because it is the most cost-effective way to do banking nowadays.
All right. And Nancy, you being the head of retail in the banking, Family Bank, as you can see, the different banks offering mobile banking, how would you say that a Family Bank, the services that you offer are different? What makes you stand out?
Thank you. I think for Family Bank, especially regarding to what we've launched this morning, regarding the revamped PesaPap, I want to say that Family Bank was among the first banks that actually introduced mobile banking in the country. And what we've done today is just to enrich that platform so that our customers are able to do quite a number of transactions. Initially, our customers, there are some services they would not do. They would not save on that platform. They would not actually borrow on that platform. But this morning, we've been able to launch a product that allows our customers to save. They can open a wallet account, they save, and they earn interest for the monies that they have saved, and also to borrow. Just in case they need that emergency loan, we've been able to create that to our customers this morning. Okay,
and with that said, how many subscribers do you have in the mobile banking sector, in this industry?
I would say that the numbers keep increasing every year. In fact, the report from the CK shows that quarter by quarter, we have those numbers increasing. And even in Family Bank, whenever you look at the trends, the curve is always trending up. So it shows that there's a lot of acceptability, a lot of trust that is gaining across that area. And the numbers, I would say, increase almost on a daily basis.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so now this is just a slight background of information which we have. Now, according to the Communication Authority of Kenya, nearly 30 million of Kenyans are using phones. Now, how are they aware of the mobile banking applications?
It is true we have quite a number of Kenyans who have mobile phones. And I would say that majority of them are actually the ones who are in urban areas and also in rural areas. They get to understand there's a lot that they can do. And as I said, when it comes to mobile banking and also saving money on mobile, there's a lot that has been done because, you know, everybody now knows that you can actually receive money and send money. There's a lot of customer education that is happening whereby you just need to go out there. And Family Bank, we are privileged because we have a wide network. So we use that. And we have people who actually go to talk to the customers and tell them this is what you're able to do. We've also seen a lot of advertisements just trying to sensitize the mass that you can actually do banking on mobile. And actually that is a space to watch even as we progress.
All right. Yeah. And now the mobile money is becoming a key trend in this market. How exactly would you say that banks, you being, of course, a banker, how would you say banks determine the pricing to lure the customers in a rather competitive market?
As regards pricing, I think this is something that we actually do openly. because as required by the regulator, who happens to be the Central Bank of Kenya,
yes.
you have to disclose all the prices, all the charges that you're having. You have to disclose them to the customers. And in fact, as you do that transaction, it prompts you and tells you this transaction is going to cost you this much before you even proceed, before you even complete the transaction. And as Family Bank, I would say that we've tried our level best just to make sure that the charges are very, very, very competitive in the market.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Muthoni, we've been, sorry, not Muthoni, Nancy, we've been following up on the interest rate debate for quite some time now. And as of yesterday, MPC decided that the COP interest rate is going to be at 9%, moving it from 10% to 9.5%. Now it's going to be 9%. What are your sentiments on that? How is it going to work for, first of all, the banks? And then later we'll take a look at the consumers and the people who are seeking for money.
I think the review is it calls for banks to be much more innovative. I believe for consumers is the best news ever that the rates are going down. And the challenge, in my view, is that for banks, we really need to become innovative and not rely solely on the interest income. Just become innovative and see where else that we are able to make our money.
Really?
Yeah.
So what would you suggest?
I'll just suggest banks become innovative.
Okay,
yes.
Banks as a whole. And what about the consumers?
For the consumers, I've said it's good news for them.
Yeah.
They really want, in fact, if they can be asked, they'll say it to go even 5% and all that, lower and lower.
Lower and lower, yeah.
So it's just a call upon banks to just make sure that they become innovative and see what else can we offer the market, because that's what consumers are looking for.
Okay, do we see that happening anytime soon? We are waiting.
Let's wait.
And see.
Yeah, let's wait.
All right. The banking sector, in accordance to Vision 2030, what are your sentiments on that?
I think the banking sector is playing its role as far as Vision 2030 is concerned. We've done a lot in terms of financial inclusion, in terms of helping our customers access credit facilities, because that is what they need. If you're to eradicate something like poverty, for example, we need to empower our people financially. So for the banks, and that's why we are even launching the products that you're having like this morning, whereby customers can actually borrow a short-term credit so that they can actually address a few things. So in terms of whether the bank has played its role in Vision 2030, I can say that we've done it perfectly well.
All right. Yeah. On matters what we've launched this morning, let's talk about that. Give us a proper, informative and descriptive highlight of what you launched this particular morning.
In this morning, Family Bank launched the new PesaPapp. As I said, we were among the first bank to launch mobile banking, and our brand is PesaPapp, which is very well known in the market. And having listened to our customers and looked at the changes that are happening, what we did is that we decided to enrich our PesaPapp platform. First of all, we had to change the visual as it looked so that we can make it more friendly to our customers and more as they navigate around it. It is very easy and for them to do that. Again, we added on some services that were not there. As I said, initially customers used to come and visit the branches if they were to be onboarded on a PesaPapp platform, but right now they can actually do self-onboarding. So you don't have to visit physically a branch. You can actually download that app, download the app and self-onboard yourself, or use USSD *325# and onboard yourself. The other thing that we've been able to do in that app is that we've now been able to open it to customers who don't, to non-customers, so to speak. For people who don't have these other conventional accounts with Family Bank. Initially, they never used to have to access that service, but from what we've launched this morning, they are able to actually open a wallet account and do transactions with Family Bank. The other service that we have introduced there is that our customers are able to save. We have come up with a wallet whereby they can actually determine, I want to save this money for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 1 year, or whatever period. And you actually lock it there and you earn interest on that space. You can also borrow under the new application that we have launched this morning. So you can borrow and repay within a span of 30 days. Something else that was not there in
and the borrowing, you don't have to, sorry for cutting you short, my dear. The borrowing, you do not have to come, fill in papers, give in guarantee.
It is actually save and borrow on the go. You don't have to interact with anyone. You just interact with your phone. You are not talking to anyone, you just interact with your phone, and money is credited there and then. So there is no filling of forms or nothing. You just log in and do all that. The other thing that we have been able to introduce in our new application is that we have incorporated bill payments such that you don't have to walk to offices and start paying bills, paying your rent. You're able to pay your power bills. You're able to buy tokens. You're able to pay your water bills. You're able to pay KRA tax. You're able to pay NHIF. You're able to pay county remittances and all that. So even your rent and everything. So we've been able to incorporate that in our new app, meaning that our customers don't really have to worry that offices are being closed. They can actually sit back and enjoy all that within the same space. The other critical thing that we have introduced in a new app is that we've given the customers the opportunity to manage their transactions, especially card transactions. Our customers, under the new product, they are able to say, my card, my debit card or my credit card is not going to transact effective now. They can actually block the card from transacting. And whenever they want to transact, they just unblock the card and transact. What does that mean? It is a measure of security. When you're not using your card, you just choose to block it. So even if it drops, no one, even if somebody, it is just fine because no one can use it. You have blocked it, and which is a very, very, very significant milestone for us as far as security is concerned.
All right. Yeah. Anything else? Sorry, before I ask you the next question.
Yes, online transactions also, they are able to manage the limits. We understand how they are exposed in terms of online transactions. And through the PesaPap, look at the PesaPap that we have introduced, launched today, they're actually able to manage all those online transactions.
Okay. Now, that, of course, is a very good initiative. It's going to help many because it's very hard to gain or rather to get money or borrow money from banks. And once you can access it through your phone, that's a thing that many consumers will really appreciate because the back and forth with bank managers, with the bank attendants is usually quite hectic. Now, how is your finance model working in accordance to the small and medium enterprises?
I think for in terms of lending,
yes,
through the mobile app, what we've done is that, of course, when somebody's applying for a facility, there are so many things that we have actually. There's an engine that we have created besides what people can see, and there's a way it's scoring and actually knows that for you, and depending on the size of your the volume of your business, you're able to get this. So you'll find that. Various customers, different customers will access different limits in terms of their facilities.
What criteria do you use?
No, that is an engine that we have actually developed and looking at the industry and what happens. And of course, we know there is a risk of overfunding and there's a risk of underfunding.
All right.
So you have to really work around that and see how do you, this person who is having this kind of a business, how do you fund them? If their business is big and this one whose business is small. Okay. So there's a criteria that we have built at the back end that is able to actually differentiate that.
So it's a win-win for every type of SME. And as we wind up on our interview, last year we suffered a very long electioneering period. I'd just like to know, how is Family Bank doing economically as we speak?
I think I'm happy to say that Family Bank is doing well, especially this year. I agree with you. Last year, those, of course, because of that prolonged elections period. But this year has picked very well, and even as far as the economy is concerned, it has picked very well. So whenever you see that, then you know it's replicated in the banks. Because for the banks, definitely, we rely on our customers who are running businesses. So if businesses are not doing well, you don't expect the banks to do very well. But if the conducive environment is there and businesses are thriving, definitely you'll see it in the banking space.
In the banking space.
Yeah.
And Nancy, I don't know if you agree with me, but there's a way Kenyans have started trusting their local banks more than international banks. Do you agree?
To some extent, I would.
You would?
Yes.
Why is that?
It's buy Kenya, build Kenya.
You must be proud.
Yes, we are. Thanks.
You must be proud.
Yeah.
Now, any last words?
I would encourage our customers and non-customers out there to try out this product. It's very, very, very thrilling. It's something that is going to give you value for your money, and you're most welcome. Just visit us and interact with us, give us feedback. We love feedback, and you're actually going to action on it.
Right.
But Pesapap is the way to go.
Pesapap is the way to go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That was Nancy Njau, the head of retail from retail banking from Family Bank. Just speak about technology in the banking system, and she's given us many insights when it comes to technology and banking. Nancy, as we continue embracing technology, I'm sorry, I keep on having more questions as we wind up. As we continue embracing technology, there are many who've lost their jobs. What are your sentiments on that, especially as the head of a banking institution?
I think as we digitize quite a number of things, it's inevitable that those things are going to happen. And you actually look at how technology has developed over the years. Over the years, we used to have typewriters, we have typists, we had all that, but because of technology, they keep being replaced. They keep being replaced, and maybe my advice would be we have to really keep ourselves updated with what is happening, and we make sure that we can actually do quite a number of things. Don't limit yourself to one thing. Otherwise, if it becomes outdated, you become outdated with this. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
All right. Thanks, Nancy.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much for keeping it Business Inside this afternoon. My name is Nina Shaban. We'll be seeing you later on for more news in our subsequent bulletins. But as for now, enjoy the rest of your afternoon.